Hey guys, so today I have a discussion review for the September read-along book, and that was P.S. I Like You by Kasie West. Honestly, I absolutely loved this book. I gave it 5 stars and I read it in less than 24 hours. When I started reading it after I got it in the mail, I honestly read it the whole rest of the night and would have stayed up reading it all night if I had to, but I worked the next day. So at 10:30, I had to close the book and put it beside me, but I finished it the next day, like as soon as I got home. So I did a brief little synopsis before reading this about what this book is about, and it really isn't going to change much of what I'm going to say now, but this is about a high school student. She is really into music and writing. She does lyrics and she cannot sit still in chemistry. She has to be writing or doing something because she hates her chemistry class, and so she just has to distract herself. And her teacher takes away her notebook where she would write all of her lyrics, etc. And Lily begins writing lyrics on her desk, and the next day she goes to class. She sees that someone has basically responded to her, and so starts this pen pal type relationship between her and this mysterious person who she has no clue who it is, and it's just really cute. At the beginning, I thought she was a little bit too self-deprecating. She makes a lot of jokes about herself, and it was getting me a little annoyed, but I honestly was able to get over it pretty soon. So luckily I was able to start liking the main character. But besides that, she was really funny. Like, I found myself just laughing in this book, so it was just like a really enjoyable book. It was really witty, and it was just like a type of humor that isn't very over the top. It's just more subtle. There really isn't much more that I can say about this book without giving some spoilers away. So from now on, I'm going to be going into the discussion part of the video. Please click away if you haven't yet read this book, because I will be giving away details that I don't think you should hear unless you have read the book. If you are still watching, that means you've read the book, and if you are part of the September read-along, I'm just so excited that you participated and that you read this book, because I think it was a really good book, I guess, to start off this read-along series that I'm doing. So I have to first just say, when Cade turned out to be the pen pal, I was really angry, but I kind of saw some of it coming because Cade was just mentioned a lot, and Lily's angst towards Cade was a little bit far-fetched. That I knew Cade had to play some sort of role in the story, but I was still hoping he wasn't the pen pal. I really wanted it to be Lucas, even though we knew absolutely nothing about Lucas, and I didn't know why it had to be Cade. I thought, I'm never gonna like Cade. I don't care what his excuses are, his reasons are. I just don't like him, and I don't want him to be the pen pal. I think I was just as angry as Lily was about the situation, which I think just shows how well of a job the author did about it, that I would just be enraged as the main character was enraged. So eventually I did start coming around to liking Cade, and by the end of the book, I thought it was so stinking adorable. After reading like a lot of fantasy and mystery and all this other random stuff, it's nice to read a book that is just sweet in nature, which I think is the best way to describe this book, as just being like a sweet book. I also really loved the family dynamics in this book. I loved how Lily had these 2 younger brothers and how much she loves them and how she takes care of them. And I absolutely loved her parents. Her mother and her father were so funny with their little tests and challenges. I have to share the part of the book where I really started to feel for Cade, and that was when Lily went to his house to give him the I'm sorry bracelet that her mom had made for him. And there was just such a strong connection, I feel like, in that moment, that I started softening towards Cade. Just the way he was purposely dragging out Lily's visit, and he was just kind of making her stay a little longer. Like, you could see that he wasn't this jerk that Lily thought he was to be. Like, there was more to him in that moment. It's right when Lily starts really liking Cade that I'm at that same point thinking, okay, yes, Cade, you're actually a decent human being. And honestly, I'm pretty happy that Lily did go on a date with Lucas. I wasn't gonna like Lucas in the end no matter what, but it was nice to see that door kind of close, that she went on a date and there really wasn't anything there. But it also was a little surprising because it seemed like Lucas was interested in Lily a little bit, at least, because he said, oh, call me if you ever figure things out. I think my favorite part of this book, not scene, but like my favorite aspect of this book, was definitely the letter writing back and forth. There was something so funny about those back and forth letters. Like, I loved how they had this like ongoing joke about him writing bad lyrics, and just how he opened up so freely to her in the letter. I was glad that it wasn't like I thought in the book, oh, they were just gonna write notes back and forth on a desk to each other. I was glad that we actually got like letters back and forth that went in depth, and we learned so much about Cade and his character through those letters, and we learned a lot about Lily through them as well. I really loved the letters continued to be a thing even once she found out it was Cade. I really thought the letters were going to stop there or maybe be more sporadic, but they actually kept going. And at the ending, I really do like to think that she did win the contest and she did get money to get a guitar and she got that internship. Of course, I always want an epilogue. I think with these books, I want to know where they're going and what great things have happened after the story is ended, because we got a little bit of their relationship, Cade and Lily's, near the end, but I would have liked to see it a little bit further down the line and just see where they were, if they went to school together, because they were both winding down in high school, and I just really want to know what else became of them. And this was the first Kasie West book that I've read, so I'm just now starting the audiobook of The Fill-In Boyfriend because someone suggested it to me on Instagram, and so I thought, okay, I'll start there. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna blow through the rest of her books because I just really enjoyed this one and it was just so quick to read. But that is really all I have for P.S. I Like You. I would love to hear what you thought about it when you read this book and if you agree with me in any aspect or what your favorite part of the book was and how you felt about Cade. I know that's like a million questions, but I just really want to know everything that you thought about this book as well. Thank you so much for watching and happy reading.